दधाति पूर्वम् यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये Let us read the shlokas of Mangalacharan here. Together all of us. Sarvatantra swatantraya sadatma-dvaita vedine Shrimate Shankararyaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Yovatirna ihacharya Rupena Yatinamude Shrimannarayanam Vande Tam Harim Karunanidhim Mannanam Prakaranam Vasudeva Yatishvaraihi Rachitam Vistarenadya Sangrahena Prakashyate Balanam Mama Vijnana Siddhaye Tatra Shri Balagopala Krishna Sannihito Bhavetu Tacha Brahma Adhyaropa Apavadabhyam Jnatavyam. Now, so in order that the moksha, which is now seen as the ultimate accomplishment of human life, how then can it be attained? So he brought the Shvetashvatara Shruti, which says, Tameva viditva atimratyumeti Nanyaf pantha vidyate yanaya. So, we understand that in knowing Brahman, one attains moksha. Okay. Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahman attains the highest. Brahmavid apnoti param. So, these are the two Shrutis, two Veda Vakyas that were presented. Now, how can this Brahman be known? So he says, there is a process, a method given over here, and that method is Adhyaropa Apavada. The process of superimposition and desuperimposition. Adhyaropa is called as superimposition and apavad is desuperimposition. Aropita nivritya eva adhishthana jnanodayat adhyaropa apavadabhyam jnatavyastattva nirnayah. That what is superimposed, that what is imagined. So we do not employ the word imagination. We use the word, technically what is more correct is superimposition. Because when imagination word is there implies the person's contribution or a voluntary process of imagination. Okay. In case of the snake, one did not imagine the snake. He entered the room and experienced the snake. So there is no personal or voluntary contribution to it. It just occurs. And so, adhyaropa, he says, when that what is superimposed, when that superimposition is removed, naturally that on which the superimposition was taking place is revealed. So by the rope is revealed. The rope is revealed. And so the snake is falsified or it goes away. There are two types of superimposition. One superimposition is such that it goes away, which means it no longer is experienced, like the snake on the rope or the silver on the nacre. Silver on the nacre is the same, like, inadequate light and you were roaming about on the seashore. There you saw some silver coins, some silver scattered on the seashore, and then thinking maybe it is some ship has got wrecked, or in past some ship was there which drowned, and now that silver has come to the shore. You run to the place to pick it up, and when pick it up you find that it is a shell. It is the mother of the pearl, nacre. So was there a silver before that you touched and it turned into a shell? No, it was always a shell. It was always that nacre. So, in wake of that knowledge that silver is no longer experienced, the snake is no longer experienced. Okay. So this is one type of superimposition in which the superimposition no longer is experienced. Okay. But even when you know that the sun doesn't travel, sun is relatively steady, and the earth spins around its axis, and yet you experience the rising and setting of the sun. Now, the spinning of the earth, the movement is there in the earth, but where is it imposed, superimposed? On the sun. Isn't it? The sun seems to be moving. Hey, the sun is not moving. The earth is spinning. The movement is where? Where is the movement? गति कहाँ है? पृथ्वी में अथवा सूर्य में? पृथ्वी में. दिखती कहाँ है? Where do you see it? In the sun. So that it is not there, but it is superimposed on the sun. Now, your knowledge is there that the earth spins and the sun is steady. You have the knowledge. In spite of having the knowledge, it is still experienced as the movement of the sun. The sun rises, the sun sets, correct? So, the movement, the superimposition continues. But what has happened is, it is already desuperimposed. It means it is falsified. It is falsified. Let us say, when we also say that the sky, the space is blue in color. Is this space blue in color? No, there is no blueness in this space. Otherwise, we can have space between the fingers where is blue. Blue? No. There is no blueness. So, if you were to be sitting on Mars and looking at the sky will appear red, because the composition of gases around the Mars is such that it appears red. But on the earth, the composition of our atmospheric gases is such that it seems to be blue. Is the sky blue? No. And yet the blueness is superimposed on the sky, on the space. Correct? It is superimposed. Now, even after knowing that the space is not blue, we continue to see it as blue. But what has happened is, the blueness is falsified. The movement in the sun is falsified. This falsification is also desuperimposition, because that superimposition no longer appears to be real. It is no longer real, but it is falsified. So we are not against what you are experiencing, but the element of its reality is lost. This loss of its reality is truly what we call as desuperimposition. Okay? Okay. So not experiencing, how are we experiencing the world and all that? If Atma is Brahman, please. We are not against any experience. We are not against any experience. Nor are we saying that we will give you a new experience. Because people they come with an idea that spirituality is gaining some new experiences. Whatever is experienced by you now is adequate. Is adequate. And so, just know what is the reality of what. I am is also the element of your experience. That what is not I is also your experience. What is a new experience that you will gain, you tell me. Whatever will be experienced will be not I, and the one who experiences will remain I. So what do you mean by new experience? What exactly is different? that you are asking spirituality to be some different experience and a new experience. Tell me what? What is really going to change? Will the I become not I? Will the not I become the I? I remains I, they don't exchange the places. So what are you going to change? Oh, we thought spirituality is all change, new experience, God. Go slow. And therefore, this is a pure process of a paradigm shift in a cognitive process. Okay? So now, how is this Brahma known? Through the process, through the method of Adhyaropa Apavada. Through the process of superimposition and desuperimposition. Desuperimposition means washing it out. So now you have also understood that when we use the word desuperimposition, it has got both these implications. Like the snake is no longer experienced in knowing it is rope. The silver is no longer experienced in knowing it is the nacre. But the blueness of the sky, the movement in the sun is still experienced. Then what has changed over there as desuperimposition? That it is falsified. Okay? That it is false. So, falsification is the main implication of the word desuperimposition. Even when you say that the snake was a superimposition and therefore there is desuperimposition in wake of that knowledge, was the snake real even when you were experiencing it? No. Even when you were sweating and your heart was pounding so much that it could have had popped out of your shirt or come out of the mouth also. So much you were scared. At that time also the snake was not real. So, after knowing it is a rope, bhale, let it not be experienced, but what is your understanding about the snake which had caused the fear? What have you understood about the snake which was causing that fear? No.
It is not there.
False. That even when it was seen to be there and being experienced, what was it? False. And therefore, the main implication of the word desuperimposition is falsification. It is not that it is no longer experienced. Experienced, not experienced is duyam, secondary. The main implication of the word desuperimposition is falsification. Got it? So now, he brings a quotation of one of the teachers and says, Adhyaropa apavadabhyam jnatavyaha. How is this Brahman known? Jnatavyaha, tavya pratyaya is there, which means jnatum yogyam. It should be known. It should be known. How should be known? It means that what is the meaning of that pronoun it? It is what? It should be known means it means who? Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It means Brahma. Okay? Brahma should be known. Jnatavya, tavya should be known, worthy of knowing. How? Through this Adhyaropa Apavada. Swamiji, what is Adhyaropa and Apavada? Two words are understood, but there is one more Bhyam there. What is Bhyam? So there seems to be a third thing also sitting, right? Adhyaropa, Apavada and Bhyam. No? Huh?
Both.
Okay, thank you. It is a dual case. Otherwise, there was one, Bairagi Mahatma, I told you. He came to Maharaj. Maharaj, Sita Ramachandra Bhyam Namaha. We understand Sita, we know Ramachandra. Who is this Bhyam? Bhyam must be Hanumanji. That Bhyam is the ending of the dual case. Okay? It is the ending of the dual case. Okay. The instrumental case, dual. In Sanskrit, how many cases do we have? In English, we have only two, singular and plural. But in Sanskrit, we have singular, dual, and plural. Okay. Na karmana na prajaya dhanena tyagena eke amritatvamanshuh. Now the Kaivalya Shruti, there is one Upanishad called as Kaivalya Upanishad. Get used to these beautiful names also of all the various Upanishads, because we may not have sufficient time even to go through any Upanishad. That tenacity and capacity we require time, but at least the names. The Kaivalya Upanishad says, how is Amritatvam? That what is timeless. Amrita means, Mrita means death. Okay. It means associated with time, limited by time. That what is not conditioned, limited by time, which means that what is timeless, not contaminated by time. Anything which is touched by time, contaminated by time, breeds bhayam. Okay? It breeds fear. So when you love something, let us say, I like my dog very much, but I know that a dog does not have a life more than 15 to 17 years. Correct? So every passing year makes me sadder, because I'm not going to have this fellow all along. Bhayam. So anything which is touched, polluted by time, conditioned by time, limited by time, becomes the cause of fear. It breeds fear, it brings fear. Okay? Dukkham, bhayam, everything, frustration, disappointment, everything comes. But we have promised each other till the end of time. The one who promised the end of time already has gone, George Michael. You know that song? In our generation, it was not your generation. Father figure. Till the end of time, he sings. Hey, till the end of time, this fellow has already gone before that. In fact, he has gone even before time. They say he died young. bhayam, dukkham, frustration, disappointment, everything is seated over there. So amritatvam, that what is not mritam, deathless. Sir, how can that be had? How can that be had? Amritatvam. So now the Upanishad says, the Shruti says, na prajaya, if somebody says that by creating progeny, by being very virulent, you get it. Na prajaya, progeny. Na prajaya, because people think that by creating, this is how I continue in form of my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Na prajaya, na karmana. Somebody says, do good things, good, this is how you become immortal, live forever. Only in the memories of people, and the memories are dying. Memory itself is dying. This fellow wants to live in the memory of people forever. Memory fades out. Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena. Somebody says, when you have money, you can get anything, even God you will get. Oh, na dhanena api na. It is silly idea. Then how? Tyagena eke, by giving up one. By giving up. What did you give up? What did you give up? I will give up my wife, my home, my property. I will give up everything. Then what? By giving up what? So the giving up over here means giving up the wrong ideas only. It is only giving up ignorance, the superimposition. Giving up of superimposition, renunciation of the superimposition means apavad, desuperimposition. And therefore, through the process of superimposition and desuperimposition, Paramatma is seen, gained, moksha is gained. Iti vachanat, tasmat, and therefore now, tasmat mumukshuna adhyaropa apavadau avashyam jnatavyau. And therefore, what is essential for a... It is essential. It is essential is okay, but for whom? Essential, but for whom? Mumukshuna, by a mumukshu. Eric, what is mumukshu?
Moksha, liberated. No. Desire for liberation?
The one who is desirous of liberation. Moktum ichha mumuksha. Moktum ichhu mumukshu. The one who desires to be liberated, not trapped in suffering. All that we do is just change of suffering. Nothing else. And it's like when we are carrying little weight in the right hand and you shift it to the left hand. Oh, what a relaxation. What relaxation? You're still carrying the weight. Just shifting it. Nothing else. So we are just changing one suffering to another suffering. Swamiji, living in Delhi is so bad. I like Rishikesh. Now coming to Rishikesh, there is a different suffering. There is a different suffering. What say? You have to come during the season. Come during the Shravan season, that month of Shravan, or during this summer time when we have Indian holidays, summer holidays. Oh, you can become, the horns which you hear on the road, at least there is a gap in between now. That is a time when there is not even a moment's gap between. Before the other fellow stops honking, there are 10 more who have already constantly, and then you can't walk, traffic is jammed. It takes an hour from the market, okay, which is, even if you walk, it will not take 15 minutes. It takes more than an hour to reach from the market to the ashram in a car or on a vehicle. The road is jammed. Children, women, everybody is crying, shouting. Someone is lost, somebody's chappal is broken, someone is hungry, someone is spitting, somebody is and it is hot. Crazy. Rishikesh. Swamiji, Delhi is so traffic, pollution. Now what is here? Just shift of suffering, nothing else. And so therefore, mumukshu is the one who wants to get out of this altogether. Mumukshuna, what should the mumukshu do? Jatavyo, he should know these both. Who both? Ram and Lakshman? Whom should he know? Adhyaropa apavad. Avashyam jnatavyo. Okay. Now therefore, having established that why we need to know what is superimposition, desuperimposition, now the teacher, the author goes to explain what is superimposition. Tatra adhyaropo nama. Now what is called as adhyaropa? Here goes the definition. Shuktikayam rajatavat, rajau sarpavat, sthanau purushavaccha, nishprapanchatmavastuni prapancharopaha. Okay, this is called as superimposition. He explains the concept of superimposition through 3 examples. Okay, provides us 3 examples to facilitate the understanding, and then finally shows what is the implication of superimposition. Okay, so the examples, first example is Shuktikayam Rajatavat, like the silver in the nacre. Shuktika means shell. Shuktika, shell, nacre. Rajata is silver. Shuktikayam Rajatavat. Then Rajau Sarpavat. Raju means rope. Sarpavat, like the snake on the rope. When you are saying on a locative case, it means that is the snake crawling on the rope, on top of the rope, or it could even mean in, because location can be on or in. Where is the cake? In the box. Where is the cake? On the table. So locative case can be in and on. Correct? हिंदी में कैसे होगा? सप्तमी कैसे है? may or pay? Huh? मेज पे, बक्से में। बोलो सारी विभक्तियां हिंदी में कैसी हैं, बोलो।
कर्ता ने कर्म को कर्म से संपादन के लिए अपादान के कारण अभिकरण
में पर में पर। ओके, ठीक है। रज्जौ सर्पवत, स्थाणौ पुरुषवत. It gives the third example. Like the person or a man in this stump of a tree. Sthanu is the stump of a tree. So the dry tree, it is stump. And somebody sees that as a ghost in the post. So that is it. The ghost was calling me, come here, come here. Next day morning, go and see, it is nothing but just a dry tree with the branches like that. Stump of a tree. So, like that, Purushavat cha. So, in all the three examples, what do we see is, whether it is the silver, the snake, or the ghost, all the three were experienced. All the three were experienced. And when they were experienced, what did the person say? Really there. So he who sees the snake now says, it is a snake. That is word says, claiming its existence, its reality. The silver is there, go pick it up. Is claiming its reality, existence. Ghost is there, claiming its reality and existence. You see? So, those people who are saying that something is real because it is experienced, something is real only because it is experienced, that claim is broken down just by these examples. Something is real. How can it not be? Hey, you experience even the silver in the nacre. Because you experience it, does it make it real? You experienced even the snake in the rope. Because you have experienced, does it make it real? And therefore we are not going into that kind of an argument or anything like that because it is experienced and hence real. No. Reality of something, a fact, is not just determined by an experience. The fact is determined only through if the experience is generated by the valid means of knowledge. If the experience is generated by valid means of knowledge, na dushta pramanaihi. Okay? Now what happened was, because of the insufficient light, the eyes which are supposed to show you the object were not able to function properly. Okay? The eyes are innocent, they will report what is there in front. They are just reporters. What can these people do? They're just bringing the information. So it is red, blue. That's all. Poor thing. The senses are the culprit. Because the eyes are showing me all these things, I'm getting attracted. The problem, the eyes is not. Eyes are innocent, they will just show what is there in front. What else can they show? But now, the eyes were not able to function properly. This improper functioning becomes the defect. The reason is because insufficient light. And therefore, now the snake is seen. I am seeing it through my eyes. Oh, yeah, you're seeing it through eyes. That's all okay. But now that what is being shown to you even by the eyes, how is it? Dushta, because it is through a defective way. There is a defect, and the defect of the eyes is that they can't function in insufficient light. That is it. It is a limitation. So the experience becomes valid only when the experience is generated by the valid means of knowledge. That is it. Just because it is experience does not mean it is a fact, it is real. Okay? Therefore, why are we insisting on this praman is this. Otherwise, this can be just mesmerism. Spirituality is just autosuggestions. Somebody came to me in Mumbai, he said, oh, spirituality is nothing more. We have to constantly imagine. Is it imagination? What is imagination is going away from the reality. What is real, you don't have to imagine that. What is not real is only what you have to imagine. And if spirituality is imagination, then it is just making you take rounds, merry-go-round in falls. So it is not satyam, it will be all asatyam. Anyway, so now we have understood that with these three examples we have understood. Finally, what is superimposition? Because everywhere he has said what? Like, and like. What is superimposition? Superimposition is like the snake in the rope, silver in the nacre, and the ghost in the post. Sthano Purushavat. Okay. What is that finally? Like is okay. What is that? It says Nishprapancha Atmavastuni Prapancharopaha. Nishprapancha. Nishprapancha means in the Atma, in the self. I am that self, whatever. How is this self? The self, do you experience, oh, I am many? Though I am the seer, I am the hearer, I am the smeller. Smeller can only smell, can't see. Listener can only listen, can't taste. Smeller is smeller. Though they are all different functions, yet there is no experience, I am split, I am many, or I am a composite. Is there this experience? I am a composite of all this? No. I am an amalgamation. No. I am is a homogeneous experience of being. I am. Not many, not even an amalgamation, assembly. I am. Okay? So, this, where there is not many, which is not many, is Atma. And in this Atma only, now there is an experience of this multitude, the world, prapancha. Okay? Experience of this prapancha, of this world. Where is the world seen? In the self. And how is it experienced? As the self being different, the world is different, something else there. Nishprapancha atmavastuni prapancha anubhavaha adhyaropa. The experience of seeing the world as something different, other than the self. And where is it? In the self only. Like the snake. Where is the snake? The snake is not going to be seen. This is rope, this is snake. No two objects are available over there. Only one object. And if it is one object, then it has to be rope or it has to be snake. Correct? What is it? So when two objects are there, you can say that is a snake, this is a rope, and it is okay. But the same object is called as rope, same object is called as snake. That means out of these two, one has to be real. And then what is the case of the other? If it is not real, we will say now, it appears to be real. Okay? So, you have one more word. Real and then apparently real. Paramartha satyam and vyavaharika satyam. Appears to be real. It is not, but appears. What is your experience of this world? And the world will include this body, mind also. What is your, what do you say? Well, the world is real. This is what, at this moment, this is there. So there is nishprapancha atmavastuni prapancharopaha. No, he says, but sir, how is it possible to have superimposition? From where does this superimposition come? From where does this superimposition come? He says, Ayam madhyaropo vastvajnanad agataha. From where has the superimposition come? From ignorance. From ignorance. Not knowing it is a rope has given rise to the snake. Not knowing the knacker has given rise to the silver. Not knowing that it is a stump of the tree has created the ghost. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. The ignorance is doing it. So don't say, oh well, it is your imagination. No, you don't sit over there to imagine anything. It is just happening, and it is happening because there is ignorance. Okay? Vastu ajnana, not knowing what the vastu is, what is the reality. So that not knowing means ignorance is causing this mischief. Once when you see the world, either there is wanting to chase it in some form or wanting to run away from it. Okay? Pravritti to get it or to run away from it. Both of these are going to be there. Before you start running after it or running away from it, just understand what is the status of it. Don't talk to us all about philosophy. We have no time because I want to run behind something, money, status, women, whatever. Women, men, women, whatever, whosoever you want to run behind. I have no problem. That is your problem. Then I want to run. No, this fellow does not have time. So what can be told to such a person? Run, but run carefully. That's all. Run, but only run carefully. That is all we can tell him. This prapancha is seen in the self where there is no prapancha. Nishprapancha atmavastuni prapancharopaha, and it comes from ignorance. Tad ajnanam eva avidya tamo moho moola prakritihi pradhanam gunasamyam avyaktam maya iti cha uchyate. Now he gives you a list of words that have been employed for this ignorance. Why different words have to be put over there? Different contexts to explain a different aspect. You know, the Inuits have 17 words for ice. 17 words for ice. How many ices do you know? At the most you can have 2, snow and ice. Frozen water is what you call as ice, right? Snow is also frozen. At 0 degrees it is ice, snow, whatever. They have 17 words for frozen water. Why? Because they say there are 17 different, some is, different layers, different types. But all is ice. It is different aspect. Some ice means for millions of years it is just that rock. Millions of years that rock. Some is just last night. Different. So it is going to be different. The ignorance with different aspects now have got different names. What are those different names? Tad ajnanam eva, this ajnanam, this ignorance alone is called as avidya. Avidya means that what is not knowledge. It is not lack of knowledge or absence of knowledge. That what is not knowledge. Avidya. Tamaha. Tama means darkness. Mohaha. Moha means delusion. Moola prakritihi. Moola prakriti means the root cause. Pradhanam, this is a technical word. Pradhanam. Gunasamyam, the state of gunas at equilibrium. Gunasamyam means the state of the gunas at equilibrium. Gunasamyam. Avyaktam, unmanifest. Maya, Maya, the matrix. Cha uchyate. These are the various words used over there. For what? For this ignorance only. What are the different words, Sharmaji, if you remember? No, not by looking. Bring it out. Garima, do you remember? Without reading. Bring it.
Avidya, Moha, Moola Prakriti,
Enough. Teen. Gunasamya and
Avidya, delusion, more is delusion.
Cheating. Bring.
All of them?
All of them?
So Vidya, Tamaha, Moha, Mula Prakriti, Guna,
Samya.
Samya, Pradhanam? No.
What is it?
You said there was one.
Pradhanam.
Pradhanam. What does that mean?
It is a technical word. Pradhanam is against like Purusha and Prakriti. The Prakriti is called as Pradhanam in places. It's Pradhanam.
That's all I.
That's all. Did he miss anything? He said Tama. Avyaktam. Avyaktam is unmanifest. Maya, the two missed. Maya, iti cha uchyate. Okay? Further. Moola prakritir nama. Now, okay. He explains. Moola prakritir nama. Shukla Rakta Krishna Tantu Samudaya Rupa Rajjuvat. Now imagine, Swamiji, these people Vedantis, are they really fond of only collecting ropes or what? No. We are not interested in rope, we are interested in Brahma. But example is of rope again. Now there is a rope. So the rope is a twist of fibers put together, strings. So then he says that let us imagine that there are strings of three colors, black, red and white. Shukla Rakta Krishna. Shukla means white, Rakta means red and Krishna means black. So there are these three strings and then they are twisted together. Now, the word that you are going to use it is a rope, singular. Singular. But how is it? A composite of all the three. So, Shukla Rakta Krishna Tantu Samudaya. What? Rajjuvat Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna Samudaya Rupa. The meaning of the word Moola Prakriti, root cause, is just this. It is what? Samudaya, assembly. It is an assembly of what? These three gunas. Okay? Asya pralayo mahasushuptischa nama. Where the three gunas are not distinct from each other, pralaya. They are not distinct from each other. That is called as Mahasushupti, the great sleep. Why great sleep? Because in our ordinary sleep every day, what happens is, can you distinguish left from right during the sleep? Man from a woman? Animal from a human? No. What has happened? All these differences are not available, as if all the differences have become one. No differences. Like that, what can be called as Mahasushupti, the great sleep, where even the distinction of the gunas is not there. Asyaha pralayaha, it is not available. Pralayaha mahasushuptischa nama. Now he says, Asya Mula Prakritau. In this Mula Prakriti itself, Ananta Koti Jiva, the various jivas. Jiva? You remember the word jiva? The individual experiencer. The individual experiencer is jiva. This, and how many experiencers? Don't say that just only these many people who are there occupying this earth in form of human beings are experiencing. No, even a mosquito experiences, even an amoeba experiences. Correct? So over there, even an amoeba, he may not have equipments of experiencing as sophisticated as yours. That amoeba may not have his instruments of experiencing as sophisticated as yours, but he still experiences. Correct? So experiencer. So all these are experiencers. And in order to gather conducive experience and avoid non-conducive experiences, pratikula or anukula, the person that experiencer now becomes the doer. I do something in order to experience something or to avoid something. Correct? Q, why are you wearing so much of warm clothing?
To not experience the cold?
To avoid the cold. Doing something. Then when you come, why do you switch on the heater? To get the heat. To get the heat, to avoid and to make something anukula and avoid what is pratikula. He strives, and that strife gives him the status of being the doer. Now what is a jiva? The one who is an experiencer and a doer. Okay? Now there is something very interesting about this individual, and that is, he is able to associate doing and experiencing. By doing this can be experienced. By wearing the woolen cap and the sweater, What can be experienced? Less cold. So he is able to establish the cause and effect relationship between the action and a later consequence. Otherwise, he should only say that wearing a cap gives me an experience of wearing a cap. Why should wearing a cap give me an experience of warmth? Correct? Wearing a cap should give me the experience of just wearing a cap. But wearing a cap and getting warmth, action and the result, she is able to put them together. And therefore we know now that an action produces a result which is called as karma phala. Okay? Therefore, there is a relationship between dharma and the result of that dharma, adharma and the result of adharma. And this is well determined. If you are going to touch the fire, it will burn your finger. And if you are going to touch the ice, it is going to freeze the finger. Got it? Oh, but then on Monday, the fire is cold. It doesn't. For me, the fire becomes cold. Hey, please. Niyata, the niyati, this is. But why like this? It is like this. So dharma will give certain result, which is the result of dharma, and adharma will give the result of what is the result of adharma. So don't expect that adharma should produce the result of dharma. The right actions, so what we do is we do the wrong actions, but we want the right results. How can this be possible? That's why there is a place of righteousness in life. We want the result of righteousness, but we are doing unright. How can there be? Dukh hoga hi. Abhi nahi to aage hoke hi rahega. But look how these people are doing all wrong things and they are happy. They are not happy because of them doing wrong things. Don't associate the wrong thing in the head. Equation is wrong. The happiness that he is experiencing is not because he is doing those wrong things. It is a result of his some past action which is fructifying over here now. And the result of this wrong action is going to come to him later. Therefore, there is dharma, dharma. Anyway, so ananta koti jivaha. How many experiences are there when you look around? Innumerable. All the experiences of even past, present, future, everyone is sitting there. Innumerable jivaha. Where are they? Asyam prakrutau anantakoti jivaha swa karma vasanabhihi saha jatupinde suvarna renavaha iva srishte purvam leena bhavanti. Asyam mula prakritav, in this mula prakriti. Which is mula prakriti?
Well, the three gunas in balance.
Mula prakriti is gunasamya. Over here we are using the word Moola Prakriti to mean the basic causal factor, root cause. How is it? Just the twist of three gunas together, inseparable. Okay. Though they will always remain inseparable, but they are available as to know them as distinct from each other. Okay. Then all these jivas, along with their karma vasana, along with all the impressions of their karma, because those karmas are going to deliver them various experiences. Your karmas can give you experiences to you, to somebody else's. So every jiva with his own lot of experiences to be had is there waiting for his turn to come. And when the turn comes, now he comes out with the necessary equipment to experience joys and sorrows over there. So, swasvakarma vasanabhihi saha. How are they sitting over there together? Like the small particles of gold in the jatupinda, in that lump of the clay which is extracted from the gold mine. So the gold is there, but how is it? It is sitting like the lump in the nugget, all those particles. Okay? Each one of them is there. Swarnarenavaha iva srishtehe purvam lina bhavanti vartante. How are they? They are all over there leena, like as if dissolved, not expressing separately. Leena bhavanti. I am, and this is everyone's experience. What is there before this world comes into existence is an experience given to all every day. Ayam anubhavaha sakala jananam sushuptyavasthayam iti. This is everyone's experience where the whole world is dissolved into one, not available as separate, but is there. If it was not there sitting, how would it come and sprout as this, everything differently? Okay? When do you experience? In the state of deep sleep. This is the Moola Prakriti. Okay? What happens to this Moola Prakriti? Let us see in the afternoon. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanta Shanta Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha.